In the world of Black Clover, your strength can literally decide how the people around you perceive you within society. In the Clover Kingdom, a person's social status is believed to determine the amount of magical power one could or should possess, and as such it is how people acknowledge to have value. So being weak is pretty awful, as an experience. Still, everyone can't punch out the bad guy, so here I tell the weakest characters to Black Clover. Its rank, though it's ranked backwards, so the person at the top can be recognized as the weakest character in the show. Before we start, if you guys find this video interesting, please let us know by smashing the like button, and if you enjoy the content of our video playlist and want to see more, just subscribe and don't forget the notification bell to get the latest updates. Number 10. Six Lugna. We don't actually see very much of Six, the vice captain of the Purple Walkers. We know he's capable of lifting ice powers of the Screwball, but that's about it. He runs in the ZARA ideal of the Black Bulls after he finds harassing an older woman, which results in ZARA getting into his face about it. Despite Sex being a vice captain, he battles ZARA and gets washed so quick we don't even see the fight, just see him knocked out against the wall. Now despite ZARA knowing how to use his magic, he's actually not all that powerful and typically relies on having advanced knowledge of battlefield to such a victory. Sex being unable to overcome him despite his standing is an indictment of his power. Number 9. Solid Silver. Noel's older brother, Solid, is one of the reasons Noel's early life is such a hassle. Alongside his older sister Nebra, he does his best to mock Noel for her inability to control her magic powers, making her life a complete mess. But the truth is we rarely ever see him do very much on his own, always working alongside his family. When we finally do witness a bit of battle with Noel, it turns to be a pretty one-sided beatdown, with him losing in a single shot. This turned out to be a case of Dog's Spark being bigger than his bite. Number 8. Soul MARRON. The overprotective Soul is one of the members of the Three-Row Squadron. She loves her captain and hates men because of how useless they've proven in her life, which is completely fair given her origins. Soul actually isn't very weak at all, but she's on here because most of the other characters in the show have proven themselves in a way she hasn't. Other characters have been able to walk away with a win when encountered, but Soul and her Earth-Quarter magic has only led her to a single victory during the Royal Knight's exam, before she was suddenly defeated in the second round. Number 7. Radius Piroto. Radius seems like a pretty dangerous mage when he first shows up on attack on Clover Kingdom's capital city. He can infuse his mana into corpses and manipulate them with his power, which aside from sounding rather creepy seems like can be overpowering to bring into battle. But he's really only able to damage he does to Asta, who has zero magic because of the hostages around. He faces off against Frida Julio, someone with actual power he's easily defeated. Later he faces off against the weak half of the Black Bulls member and still can't beat him even with help. He evolves magic after that, but without seeing the limits of his powers and stand, he still belongs on this list. Number 6. Magma Swing. As likable as Magma is, we decided not to place him on this list. He has a rivalry with Luck, one of the stronger members of the team, but we've seen time and again that Luck is a superior fighter in their duels. It only keeps Magma as a rival because he's willing to fight whenever Luck wishes. Magma acknowledges that his own power isn't as great as someone else likes, and he doesn't have the brute force of Astra, so he's forced to gain a great level of control than anyone else. Though this helps him out, ultimately he's the Magic Knight left unchosen by the Royal Knight Squadron. Number 5. Ragus and Bogus. These two belong together as the members of the Diamond Knight's Kingdom 8 Shining Generals. Supposedly, they're a group which is capable of riving the powers of the Clover Kingdom's Magic Knight's captain, and they attack a weaker part of Clover Kingdom one day with the intent of claiming some of their lands. This goes poorly, however, when they're confronted by members of both the Golden Dawn and the Black Bulls. Despite believing their abilities can be on par with the Magic Knight captains, one of them is easily defeated by Yuna, the newest recruit of the Golden Dawn. If his captain hadn't shut up as well, it looked like if Yuna could have taken them both out. Some generals they are. Number 4. Grey. A lot of jokes are made at the expense of the Black Bulls because they frequently come in the last place among the Magic Knights organization. But to be fair, many of them aren't terribly strong. Take Grey for instance. She spends several arcs walking around as a giant behemoth with a man who doesn't speak, and no one knows what she can do. Eventually, it's revealed that her powers allow her to transform into anything she wishes. While that's a use of power that could not have fights, Grey spends so much time shuck away from literally everything that she puts pretty much only useful when she can work with her teammates. Number 3. FINRAL ROULACASE. FINRAL grew up never wanting to harm anyone, an admirable goal, but in a country where the role is expected to join the military and defend the country, not one that's appreciated by his parents. As a result, he gives up his standing as the head of the family, allowing his younger brother to take the position instead. FINRAL doesn't even get into a lot of fights with most of Black Clover, and the ones he fought into all involved him walking alongside his teammates. The one fight he has on his own against his brother Langris, he is not only defeated but nearly killed in combat. Number 2. ZARA IDEALE. This is kind of a bummer if we think about it. ZARA IDEALE was the first commoner in the Clover Kingdom to join in the Magic Knights. He was a member of the Purple Orca, and like his son, was able to use trap magic to fight against his enemies. ZARA tries to get to the Magic Knight multiple times before actually succeeding, though we don't know if he was kept out because of his status as a peasant or because he was actually strong. He does admit he wasn't terribly powerful. In the end, he was taken out by some of his own while his guard was down. Number 1. Siki from ZARA. The King of Baha himself is definitely the weakest character of all the Black Clover. When we first see him, he's backing up his abilities while going up against Astra. Believe he could be some common thanks to his status as a royal. He's probably defeated by a single hit and quickly forgotten, at least until we later see him recruited to the Green Manta squad, as basically Jack the Ripper's goof-off. Siki's every appearance involves him running from combat or hiding behind someone else doing the actual work. His real life baha and inflated ego should make him annoying, but his empathy makes him surprisingly affordable. Black Clover has indeed grown over the years due to the great storyline and likable characters. Some are insanely OP while some are just weak. Do you agree with our list? What are your thoughts on this list? Do you think there were characters at this list? Let us know in the comments and why. If you want to give your family a surprise gift for any special occasion, you can always check our website to look for creative noble gifts. This is Music Chess, your 5-week Clover Magic Knight, signing out.